solar energy. Now it's time for us to talk about business, and one key factor when it comes to business is entrepreneurship. Young, innovative people trying to set themselves up and do things in the way that should be done. Now, with entrepreneurship, obviously there are several challenges that come along the way. With me this morning to discuss the challenges that come along with entrepreneurship, specifically in ICT, we have Deridine Dadzi, who's a CEO from Dream Oval, and Aloysius Atta, who's a co-founder of Pharma Line. Good morning.
Yeah,
Right.
So then we build a voice application that can work in any local language at all in Ghana. So the farmers are there, and then we send them the information like weather forecast, how to apply fertilizer, where to go and sell, financial tips, how to get loans. And they get it on their phones in the local languages that they understand, Chi, Ghana, Bani, and they pick it and they listen to it.
So you bridge the gap.
Yeah, we bridge the gap between the source of the knowledge and also those who need it.
Okay. Yeah. Deridine, you talked about tax incentives earlier that obviously would assist people like yourselves breaking into markets and being able to compete with the larger firms. In regards to that, I mean, are there any plans, or have you heard of anything like that at all? Is there an entrepreneurial society which will be applying to the government to see if this will happen? Because at this moment in time, we have a strain on our economy. So people like yourselves are the way forward. Young entrepreneurs are ready to compete on international markets. Is there any, conversation with the powers that be in order to assist you in what you do?
So you are very right that in these times of our economy, they need people like us, because if, for example, I sell, let's say, my solution in Nigeria, and I bill them a certain number of dollars or a certain amount of dollars, they are going to ship the dollars back to Ghana. And so if, for example, in a year I have like 10 customers who are paying me, let's say $500,000 each. I'm bringing $5 million into the country. Bank of Ghana is releasing $20 million to assuage our exchange rate problem, right? So obviously they need to help us, to grow, to expand, to go beyond the borders, so we can also help the economy bring more foreign direct investment in here. bring more foreign cash in here. Mm-hmm. Are we talking to the powers that be? I think that we are trying our best. We have organizations, we have Gascom, we have WASPAG. We try our best, but I don't know whether the powers that be are listening. I don't know whether the powers that be really understand the plight of the technology entrepreneurs, especially. Mm. So we are trying our best, but I think that we still have more hurdles to clear along the way.
Yeah. Okay. And also, aside from the government, we have it's not a very big problem which can even be approached by an entrepreneur. Like, he mentioned the challenge of trying to get an office and a server center and everything. Yeah. Like, I know of so many entrepreneurs right now who have established a hub in Accra right now. So if you want to start your business, you don't need to go and rent a place and get those things. Like, you can just go in and pay a small amount of money. You can pay like 100 cedis a month and have access to an office space, a conference room, air conditioning, and everything. And we have organizations like the World Bank and InfoDev who are like actively involved in the space. There's a very great
potential.
Yeah, potential.
But I want to talk about the World Bank.
Yeah.
You see, when it comes to the World Bank, they give money to government to enable the government to do project. But realize that the amount of money that they are releasing, the conditions to access those monies do not favor the Ghanaian entrepreneur or do not favor young entrepreneurs. So, for example, they'll say that there's a project, blah, 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 and if you want to access the project, you should make a yearly revenue of, let's say, $25 million.
That's right.
I bet you're not going to find many Ghanaian businesses who will be able to make that $25 million a year to go and access that fund. So they release, let's say, $50 million project, and then you get all these international companies who come in here, come and do the project, and then ship the $25 million back to their country, and they will start crying about dollar. So you see, there are fundamental problems, and we need to break those barriers. When you talk, they say, oh, it is the law, it is a policy, but I believe that we need to be very maverick. We need to also think outside the box, and then break the glass walls, so that we can also take advantage of some of these opportunities out there and build a very strong technology economy and bring more money into the country.
Amen.
Yeah.
So what's the next step for you guys? Where are we going from here? What's any new projects, any development, you're going to increase your work flow, your work base, anything?
What's the next step for us? I mean, we have a plan. We have a long-term plan, and one of the key things that we want to be able to achieve as a company is to be that company that is able to produce solutions that is able to go beyond borders. We want to be that company that supply talent to how do you call it, to that supply talent to solving problems, across the whole wide world, not only in Ghana, not only in Africa, right? And we have an ambitious project as well. We want to do our Dreamville. Like we always are praying. I've been talking about Google Plex. We are talking about Redmond. We are talking about. There's nobody talking about, let's say, a Dreamville, or there's nobody talking about a Farmer Line Plex or anything like that. This is the kind of ambition that we are looking at, right? That is one side of it. In terms of product lines as well, there are specific things that we are doing. We are trying to make payments simple in our country. We're trying to converge the way people pay things. I mean, there are a lot of solutions out there. We have mobile money, we have banks, you have credit cards. How do you merge them? How do you provide that user experience for people to be able to use the electronic channel? Because they are all out there. There's a lot of advertisement going on out there, but nobody's really using them, right? We believe that we have that Eureka solution, to be able to let you, Benny, and all the other people out there to be able to come on board, utilize electronic payment, to drive transactions in our part of the world. So when it comes to the what we are expecting out there, what we want to do out there, there's a lot in our sleeves, and I believe that along the way you'll be seeing them.
All right. I want to say thank you to you both. Very educative this morning, and I can understand why you won that award. Deridine Dadzi actually won the 2012 Ghana's Young Entrepreneur of the Year. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much
on that. And obviously you're doing massive things for the agric industry as well. Continue doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. All right, so this has been Deridine Dadzi, CEO of Dream Oval, and Aloysius Atta, co-founder of Farmer Line. This has been our business segment, kindly brought to you by Little T. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much.